it has been obviously quite an interesting year. I think some of the big features that we've seen this year have probably taken most market participants by surprise. I think the depth, how quickly the market sort of was dislocated, how far it fell, and then the recovery post March, April, I think was quite staggering, especially in terms of both the extent of it and the frequency with which it came back. I think what has probably taken again probably quite a bit of the market by surprise is not the is really the strength of the Fed and the other central bank response to this, as well as the fiscal stimulus that come through. So I think if you look back at February, when obviously as well very much knew of COVID and it was working its way through the system, and especially in March, I think most people would not have expected debt capital markets to have performed the way they have this. I think, especially in terms of the volumes that we've seen come through, I think it's been a record year in terms of volumes, especially in the US IG space. I think it's by far a new record in terms of primary issuance volume. Even in Asia, it isn't setting a new record, but I think by the time we're done with the next month and a half, by the end of the year, I think Asia is on track to equal or perhaps exceed and set a new record in terms of G3 issuance here as well. So I think volumes have definitely been very, very strong. And I think it's really been underpinned really by just how awash the market is with liquidity. The steps that have been taken by all the banks, as well as the fiscal stimulus that we've seen, it's been pretty extraordinary how quickly it's come through. It's obviously needed to come through given the kind of crisis we've had to bridge and deal with. But I think it has taken the market by surprise. I think if we look at the Fed balance sheet, it was probably less than $1 trillion before the financial crisis, $4 trillion after, and now we're probably going to be double that quite soon. So to think about how quickly that's been deployed, it's clearly had a massive impact on markets.